Okay. Good morning. I should be live. Thank you for joining, as always, and welcome back. Yeah, there we go. We're back to Legend of Dragoon today. I kind of remember where we were. Last time we finished off with getting the White Dragoon Spirit. And now we need to head back to save Shana. So yes, we'll load this data. If I remember correctly, I still need to get one more Stardust from the suit of armor in the town where Shana is. So we're just going to get the Stardust list ready. Dragoon Stardust. There we go. We're almost through disc 1, actually. Surprisingly enough, it feels like it didn't last as long as I remember it. But there's only a total of 20 Stardust in disc 1. Well, good morning. How are you doing? I'm guessing that was Doug. Was that Doug? Who is saying thank you? It was Doug. Excellent. I'm doing alright, thanks. Not in the best shape, but doing the best I can. Beetle button indeed. There are a whole bunch of things I'm still trying to get... still trying to figure out for stream, including how to get whoever uses channel points to show up on my Discord thing. Your fish ate his brother? Oh no. What kind of fish was it? Was it a fighting fish? What is it? Vietnamese fighting fish? Siamese fighting fish? A guppy. Guppies will eat each other? I didn't know that was carnivorous fish. I mean, I might just be romanticizing the concept of fish themselves anyway, but damn! How long had you had the... either or both fish, actually? I'm guessing if it was a brother, they should be about the same age? Ugh. Failing all the additions already. I don't know, but LeBron James was bullying Gulbert, and the next day LeBron was eating Gulbert. Wow. That's quite a mouthful. LeBron James. You've had them for about a week. Okay. I suppose it's pretty fair that they would have their own temperaments in that regard. I used to have, when I was young, I think they were called Siamese fighting fish. Or betas, I think they're called otherwise. And we had one in particular that just refused to have anyone else in the tank with it. It used to be that, or I mean it's supposed to be, that the males will only attack other males so that they can mate. And it's usually the very vibrant colored males that have the ability to attract mates. So when we put two males together, they unfortunately attacked. And one got eaten, or one died. And then when we put a female in, for exactly the same reason, I guess she was just too colorful, and so the one that survived ate her as well. And it was very unfortunate, because we kept buying them hoping to have a little fishbowl, and we just couldn't. Dude was aggressive as hell. I know. He was so angry. Okay, see you soon. And either way, thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to have you here. How do we get over there? I guess I can't jump that way. Okay. Oh, can I jump this way? I can. Can I bypass this? It doesn't seem to be. It's only from the other side. Okay. We'll go through the dragon's nest again. No big deal. Was it a beta fish? I think it might have been a beta fish. I know Doug's not even here to hear this right now. I'm just trying to remember for my own sake right now, because I have forgotten. There we go. Hooray, success. It always takes me a few minutes at the start of every game to get back into the swing of these editions. Or at the start of every episode, I mean. I've got some stuff to do today as well. I've got more tests to take, and not looking forward to it. Always stressful. I'll have to take some medication before I go for this one called lorazepam, which is supposed to help control the cough by making me sleepy. But they keep giving medications that control cough as side effects, and I don't really like that. Like they're trying to put me on an antidepressant that's supposed to control the cough for when I'm trying to sleep, and I don't really like being on an antidepressant for that use. Welcome back, Doug. Thank you for being here. I hope the call was a good one. Maybe organizing things with friends. I don't know. It's just nice when calls are good and not spam. We get a lot of spam calls where I am. To the point I've just stopped kind of answering my phone if it's a number I don't recognize. How is life doing for you, Doug? Oh, gonna watch a movie this weekend? What you gonna watch? Anything interesting? I ask that specifically. Life is awesome possum. You got friends? Yes. I knew you had friends now. It's very nice to hear. I'm happy for you, as always. But I'm asking specifically about if you think the movie's going to be good, because there have been times I've agreed to go to movies with friends and not been interested at all. It was specifically because I was asked. I don't know what I'm going to watch, but it's okay. Well, fair enough. Just means you're doing the same thing I did. You go for the sake of spending time with people, not for the activity itself. And that's cool. Oh, I have a message. 1 second. Alright. Zootopia 2 was kind of cheeks, not gonna lie. I don't know what you thought. I didn't see it. I didn't really like the first one either, so I didn't watch that. I mean, I got... How far? I got like an hour and a half in before I gave up, but it just felt really weird and lame. Because I didn't like the message that it was pushing, and it was absolutely pushing a message. Then why did you... Anyway, sorry, that was a frustrating text message I got. It just, where was I? Oh yeah, so I didn't like the message they were pushing. It was really weird. where like they're letting the bunny rabbit be a police officer, as if to say anyone can do anything regardless of your physical limitations, when it very clearly didn't make sense for a bunny rabbit to be able to beat a polar bear. Like, what? What is going on here? This is just asking to get the bunny killed. Why are you putting this into the movie? It's so silly. It's so silly. But, I mean, if other people enjoyed it, that's cool. I just didn't. So I have no idea what the second movie is like. Where am I going? Not the library. This one, maybe? The animation was pretty. People talk about racism and stuff, so in real life, I would see the rabbit girl as a blonde, since there's a dumb blonde stereotype, because she was called a dumb bunny many times. Yes, however, dumb bunny weighs about 3 pounds and can't really arrest or fight lions or bears, you know? That's like a physical limitation that doesn't make sense. I mean, I also am kind of concerned when I see not just blondes, but any women as police officers. Because I've seen lots and lots of videos of female officers needing help from civilians because they're getting the crap kicked out of them as they're trying to arrest someone. Or they're even just being laughed off as a result of that. And I don't like movies that encourage that kind of behavior. Like, if you can't meet the minimum physical standard for it, I don't think it's a good idea. It's a safety risk. And I don't want to see people get hurt. I don't like that. That's not a good thing in my books. Like, I'm pretty crippled. I wouldn't want to go work on a construction site for exactly that reason, you know? I might have some physical strength behind me, but I'd end up dead real quick if I tried to go there. Where the heck is Shana? This is not it. Pretty wrinkly, too. Okay, fair enough. If you want to call me pretty wrinkly, you can. I am, after all, 89 or whatever it was. 89 years old, I think you said. I am ancient. Oh, hey. How'd I get up here? 86. Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Don't run on the roof. Okay, I'll walk slowly. Sorry. I am not saying that. I am not going along with that joke. God damn, that brain rot. No. I ain't falling for it. I ain't going along with it. Although there was... just thinking of how you're trying to... hell no. Just thinking of how you're trying to get me to say it reminds me of this old video I saw where this dude was playing Skyrim, and if he said the word dragon, like 8 dragons would spawn or something. And, or what was it, Bowser? Yes, there was one where the joke was if he said Bowser, he'd have to fight 10 Bowsers or something to that effect. And so somebody kept sending him a message like, "You did wonderfully. Take a bow, sir." And that would count. So he'd have to fight or die. It was quite entertaining. Okay, this is a bar? Where in the hell am I going? Okay, well, it's not there. Is it here, the blue door? I just saw that in a video, though. Like, it's not... It is not something I am intimately familiar with. I don't even remember the streamer anymore. I saw it with Bear or something, and if he said Bear, he would lose, and somebody said, I can't bear these people or something, and he got attacked. Yeah, something very much like that. I do think that is hilarious. Okay, so where in the hell? I don't know how they rigged that to happen, but it is pretty cool. Here, maybe? No, this is the Merchant Guild main building. How's school going for you, Doug? You must be close to the end of the semester, I'm thinking? Don't buy something. So it's not the blue one. First semester is over. Okay. Okay, I know it wasn't here because I had to come down the stairs to talk to this guy. You got fair grades. That's fair. That's fair. You'll never hear me question you on grades because I might ask how they're doing. But I think I told you, for most of the time in school, I just barely got by. I didn't bother doing a lot of the homework, which was the lion's share of the grades. So I'd pass on the tests because I knew the material, but because homework completion was added in, I'd never get very good grades. Which was just the dumbest thing. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that is an absolute waste of grading. Did you do work at home, rather than do you know the material? That's cool. I'm glad you know pass at least. Class average is pretty good. Sorry, I need to pause this for just a second because I do not, for the life of me, remember where we were. I'm having to check my old video to remember where we start off from. Not that one, right at the start then? Class average is catastrophical? Oh, that's not good. What happened to the class average? Was it just, like, really bad for a particular class? Like you didn't get a good teacher or the material was too complicated? Class average in math is 9 out of 20? Oh my goodness, that is bad. Okay, there. Really bad for my class since we don't listen. Yeah, that could absolutely be a problem. Oh, it's that red door. Okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, I had to check where I had to go again. I had to look at my old video to see which door we came out of. My friend's average in math is 4. So I'm guessing that's like... I'm not really sure how your grades would work, to be honest. One moment. Now I have to silence that bot. Stream manager. 4 out of 20. Yeah, I understand that, but that's like 20%? I would guess. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Yeah, so 20%. Our grades ran on a percentile scale, which converts into letters if we go into post-secondary. So, like, if we got 50 or 55 or 60%, that was how close to passing we were. This 20 or out of 20 grade scale, that's kind of weird to me. It's very foreign. Now, so you see how something might be out of 10, so 1 is bad and 10 is great. How does that give you any sort of feedback whatsoever? That's like an estimation scale. I don't know. That's a very strange grading system to me. Like for ours, it was around the principle of like, no, your exams are out of 20. Okay, so out of 20 questions. Out of 20 questions? I really don't understand how your classwork goes. It seems weird and foreign. It doesn't make much sense to me. And I say that because, like I said, our exams were marked out of 100%, right? Sorry, imagine one exercise in an exam is 5 points and there's 4 exercises. You get everything right, you get 20. That sounds very silly to me. Because, like, here's the thing. Over here, if we get any test, regardless of size, we get a percentage total as our right answers. So if you only got 50% out of however many points the test was worth, then your current grade would sit at 50%. If you took a second test and got 100% on it, so every question right, then it would average out to you knowing about 75% of the information. So your grade would be a 75%. Okay. So then what's this out of 20 nonsense? That's so weird to me. I'm not saying your explanation is nonsense. I'm just saying it's a weird grading scale to have out of 20. It's just like the French to overcomplicate things. There we go. Now she can heal us. I can't really do the voices today. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling good. If we get a 10 out of 20 in our exam, then our average will be 10. Yeah, but see, that's weird to me, because that's not an absolute value. That's an implied value. Exams are 20 and our averages are out of 22? Yes, it is. No, I don't know. It seems more like an implied value. For the record, I also think letter grades are also a weird implied value rather than an absolute as well. So that's strange to me. I don't really like that. Like, I don't get the point of using a 4.0 average or 3.2 average or whatever. I don't get the point of A, B, C, and D letter grades. I think the absolute value of I came out with 85% of this course, meaning you know 85% of the material, that makes sense to me. Like you struggled with 15% of it. Also, like I was saying, I'm sorry, I can't do the voices today. My throat is not up to it. And I'm sorry, Doug, I'm not trying to frustrate you by saying that. I know you're trying to explain it as best you can. It just feels so arbitrary. It's difficult for me to wrap my head around. This is the most realistic dialogue I've seen so far in this game. Excuse me, it's too bright and I cannot see. Can you do something about it? It always makes me giggle when things like that happen and nobody's recognizing that it's unusual in the background characters. I should hope not. You didn't do anything. There we go. So this is the part I was talking about early on in the series, where we can go fight in this competition, and we're going to have to, actually. But I tried to grind really hard for it, and still only ended up at level 14 last time, because of how little experience we actually get from overworld combat. We're remarkably close to the highest level I've ever attempted this at, actually. But our entire thing is just to lose. It's a forced loss, basically. Imagine an exam is out of 20 points. One question, depending on the importance of that question, might be 4 points. Another question might be 2 points, and another one is 4 points. If you get the question that is 14 points right, you get the 5 points. If you get the 4-point question right, you get 14 points, and add them up, and you get 16 out of 20. Each question is worth a certain amount of points, and all those right or wrong answers will add up to your grade. Well, I understand that, Doug. But, like, does that mean you can never have an exam with more than 20 questions? That each question is a minimum of 1 point each? Well, that's the thing, though, is, like, if it's out of 20, then does that mean each question would be half a point if it was 20 questions? Or if it was 40 questions? Does that mean it'd be worth a quarter point if it was 60 questions? Or like 80 questions? It doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense to me to have a grading scale like that. It would make sense if it was out of 100, because that's how a percent works, right? You can have a question that can be worth... Not all exams have 20 points. So it can go above 20 points, yes? Like I said, this is just the weird thing to me, is like, if you've got more than 20 points, why not make it a percentile? And then that's easier to understand, since everything can be out of 100%. No, I understand that, Doug. So you're saying if you have 4 questions on the exam, then each question is worth 5 points. Yeah, so, like, if you have 25 questions, for example, that's my problem exactly, Doug, is it's getting weird and mixed up by having these 20 points be the grading scale, rather than something that is universal, like a percentage. And that's how it feels to me. It just doesn't make sense. It's not that simple if you can't really explain it. right? Like, I'm not knocking you for not being able to explain it. The percentage is rounded up. So you still get a percentage grade, yes? So like your friend that got 4 out of 20 should be at 20%. No. That doesn't make it simple then. That makes it unnecessarily weird and complex. Our percentage isn't really rounded up. It's rounded mathematically. So if it's closer to 0 to 4, it's rounded down. And if it's closer to 5 to 9, it's rounded up. But that's a percentile scale. It's still an absolute value you can get. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make it frustrating for you. It just, like, it doesn't make much sense to me. As much as I'm trying to understand, I don't see it. Can I type in French and translate it? Because I don't know how to say anything in English. I mean, you could try. I don't know how well the translation will roll, but you can try. I'm a Knight of Basil. Not eligible to participate. Well, neither I don't like the word dude. Besides, it'll spoil the competition if I participate. When you're ready, go to the waiting room. We'll be waiting for you. Okay. No. There's both of these guys here. Okay. You have to respect old people. Haschel. That's right, because he has the Lightning Dragoon spirit, and he doesn't get it until at the end of this disc. Alright, I will try and translate this. Hold on. Translation. CD French to English. There we go. Okay, so if an assessment is worth 20 points and there are 10 questions, each question will be worth 2 points. If you have 5 questions wrong, you only get 2 out of 20. No, I understand that, Doug. I get that. But what if the test has more than 20 questions? Like if it has 40 questions. Does each correct answer give you half of a point? That's what doesn't make sense to me. That's weird. It's not out of 100. Okay, I will translate this as well. 1 second. Well, then one question is worth 0.5, so it's worth half a point. So you're still getting, if you're in the case of your friend, they got 4 out of 10. you're still getting 20% on the test. It's kind of a weird scale, is all I'm saying. Like, if you have 80 questions, is it worth a quarter point each? It's kind of weird, that's all I'm saying. It's a surprisingly arbitrary grading system. That's all I'm getting at. It's difficult for me to wrap my head around why they would do that. Like, at the end of the year, do your grades come out and you have a 5 out of 10? Or a 5 out of 20? Gorgaga. Alright, I'll translate that too. Let me see. Copy. Paste. It's true that it's strange, but it works better than 100% because even if 100% is rounded mathematically, it's still rounded. Yeah, but your grades are also going to be rounded. Like, it's still going to be pretty damn close, right? Especially because with quarter point questions, you're in very weird labeling systems. Like 20 or like 4.25 as your grade would be a very weird thing to have. I mean, you still have to do the conversion. Because, like, at 4.25, you're still at, like, 20% of the knowledge. You're at, like, 21% of the knowledge, which is not any better. You just have to do that conversion beforehand. I've never heard of another school system that used that. Our 20 is your 100, basically. No, I get that. Hiya. Who said hello? I don't know. That was Nat. Hi, Nat. How you doing? I'm in rough shape, but I'm doing my best. Thank you for asking. How are you? Nat, I have to ask you something, because Doug and I have been talking about this for a while now. How do you... I'm glad you're doing your best. But when you were in school, how were you graded? Was it a percentile, like out of 100? Or was it a letter grade? Or was it something arbitrary, like Doug saying that she gets graded out of 20? And that just seems weird to me. In Brazil, it's out of a 10 grade. So still a percentage. Just an easier to convert percentage. You're not the only one. It just feels weird to me. It feels strange. Good. We refresh every time. The international schools I went to were percentage and ABC grading. Okay. I mean, that's pretty well the same. I imagine so. That's what we do up here as well. I don't like the ABC grading, but the percentage makes sense to me. I also don't like the ABC shits. Yeah, I don't like that either. The other weird thing that we do up here is the point percentage grade, so like 1, 2, 3, or 4.0. Yeah, I didn't like that either. That was weird. It feels weird to me. Here's a better way to describe it, okay, Doug? It feels weird to me that your grades are out of 20, specifically because if you have an odd number of questions on an exam, then you have to start rounding as well. For example, if there were 23 questions, that doesn't split nicely into any sort of percentage, right? That doesn't split nicely into an answer. You would still have to round at that point. But what if there's more information that needs to be covered than those 20 questions can cover? Then you're just leaving things off of the exam that should otherwise be there. And that seems silly to me. That's the kind of thing I'm getting at. The teachers make their own exams, so that's their issue. That seems weird to me. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think if you have to choose between having an exact point breakdown to 20 or getting all the information covered, well, then they cut one question in two and it makes 24 questions. That seems so weird, though. Like, why do that? Stop mixing you up. I'm not trying to mix you up. It just feels weird. See? Nat doesn't think it makes sense either. It's a strange grading system. I don't want us to use the alphabet either. I think that's stupid too. I'm on board with you for that. I don't like that. That's dumb. It's very silly. I agree. We agree on many things in this regard, Doug. I think out of 20 is surprisingly arbitrary. The same way I think letter grades are surprisingly arbitrary. In Brazil, it was out of 10 thing, and to pass the school year, you needed a minimum of 6 average, sometimes 7 depending on the school. And see, that rounds very nicely into a perfect percentile, because that's 60% or 70% depending on the school. It's just that with the second digit, it's a little closer to accurate, so like 59% or, 63% or whatever. Alright, we'll have to translate this again. 1 second, Doug. See. The 20-point scale was quickly deemed better than the 10-point scale and simpler for calculating averages. That's very silly. Yeah, like out of 20 is absolutely not easier than out of 10 to calculate averages. Because then you have to multiply everything by 5 and then divide by 10, rather than just multiplying by 10. So add a 0. Yeah. It's extra steps in the calculation to find out where you accurately fall in the knowledge scale. Is so weird to me. Your chances are very good because you defeated the famous Surfius. You know what? You're absolutely right, Doug. I can absolutely understand that. You win that statement. French press coffee. No, that's still pretty weird. It's tasty, but it's weird. I want to say croissants, but that is not really a logical thing, is it? Croissants are a surprising amount of work to try and make. Really? Croissants are Italian? Huh. I don't know. I thought they were French. But who knows? A lot of things come from different areas. So much butter indeed, yes. You have to coat it between every fold so that the butter acts as a separating layer to allow it to keep getting thinner. Ugh. Have you seen Americans? That's not in question, Doug. It's just croissants have a lot of butter. Seems to be Austrian origin. That is interesting. I would not have thought of that at all. Anyway, I'm sorry. How are you doing today, Nat? So nice to hear you. Thank you for joining. Or so nice to see you, I suppose, because I can't hear you right now. Italians make good croissants, though. They do it better. That's fair. I am still a bit stressed, but you're good. What? Did I miss something from the other day's stream? Why are you so stressed? You good? Because I had to leave early the other day to go do stuff. I don't remember. Did I have an appointment? I'm not sure which one the okay meme is. It cannot be. Some dude in a flower field or something, and he goes, okay. Alright then. I mean, that's pretty much correct. I just use it as a non sequitur. Oh, right. All the bureaucracy shit you're dealing with for your kid's passport. That's right. I remember. Okay. Nothing too major, but just stress. No, I totally understand that. Bureaucracy, Doug, is the red tape or arbitrary processes involved with doing something. So the way that you might have to go to register your vehicle with your country, and then you end up having to fill out a certain form that requires you to do a different form that requires you to line up for a different form, all just to accomplish one simple task. Bureaucracy is the paperwork process involved in doing things, like Nat said. Insurance. Or assurance? I'm not sure what you mean by assurance. Oh. Okay. Yeah, bureaucracy sucks. It's assurance in front, so I'm right, you're wrong. Alright, fair enough. Can I always get the spelling wrong at least 2 times? That's fair. That's fair. Well, insurance would be like the insurance on your car or house insurance. So the thing that you have to pay into that is supposed to cover you if you have an accident or something. Assurance might actually be something else you're referring to. Yeah, extended warranty. We're contacting you about your car's extended warranty. Dude, stop attacking multiple times, you butt. But you are exactly correct on that front. Assurance is insurance. It means the same thing. Okay. Good, good. I had to double check because it's quite possible that there is a separate concept of assurance that you might have been referring to that I didn't know of. Oh, I failed. Man, why did you get to go 5 times in a row? Oh, and I'm feared. Okay, that's great. So you're assured to be covered when an accident comes, and insured to be covered when another accident comes. Welcome back, Nat. Well, to be assured in English, Doug, means that you are certain something will happen. So if I say, rest assured, I'll tell you what that word means. But if I say you're insured, then that means that there is the thing called insurance available for you. Such talent, many worthy, wow. Dude, this guy attacks so much, it's so annoying. Arrow to the knee! Hey, hubby, how you doing? Yubba yubba. Apparently, and like I don't know this saying specifically, so I can't be sure about it. But apparently, the expression "take an arrow to the knee" doesn't mean a physical injury, but referred to getting married. So that famous Skyrim meme where he says, "I took an arrow to the knee," is because he got hitched, and so he had to quit being an adventurer. I'm sorry to hear you're so tired, hubby. Hopefully you are able to get some rest. Thank you for joining even while you are tired. And Doug says, would you rather drink tree bark tea or orc bark tree? Having his dinner, good, good. Oak bark tree. Why would I need to oak bark tree? I don't fully understand that. Oak is a tree, yes. Did you mean eat tree bark? Or were you being silly for funs? Or oak bark tea? Would you rather drink bark tea or oak bark tea? I'm not sure. That's fair. I get it. I don't know that I don't know that tree bark would be tasty as a tea, but I do, for example, know that in a survival situation, you can make something called tree bacon. Oh, well, Doug, tree sap tea. You have to remember, in Canada, we have maple syrup. That's just tree sap that's been boiled down to be focused, or to be concentrated. Maple syrup is delicious, yes. But yes, tree bacon. So, tree bacon gnat is a layer underneath the outer bark, and I think very barely beneath the inner bark as well. And it's the very thin parts of a tree where all of the nutrients and water that the tree pulls from the ground actually circulates it through the tree. So in a survival, like, emergency situation, you can actually tear that out and cook it like bacon in a pan. And it's not tremendously delicious, but it will sustain you. It will also kill the tree, though, so you try not to do that unless it's like emergency among emergency. But it is possible, and that's called tree bacon colloquially. Pretty well, hubby. Yeah. Yep. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. You take some bacon and you put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes. Have you seen that video of the little bird, the little budgie that likes to dance to that song? It's very cute. I think it's a budgie. It also makes the sound of the making bacon pancakes. It's not the smart one named Apollo that knows all of the words, but it is just a cute little side budgie that occasionally shows up on my YouTube Shorts feed. Burb dance shorts, yeah. Apollo is a very smart bird. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about, Doug. What is this? Wario. What am I doing? Hat. Which, when I think about it, is very ironic because the bird is mimicking human words, and then I'm mimicking the bird mimicking human words. How deep can the rabbit hole go? It is very impressive how smart that bird is, though. People actually took something that he said and figured it out, or I think they figured it out. Lots of times Apollo will call something that he's trying to get away from a bug as if it's a nuisance because he doesn't like the bugs. So they'll bring something up to him and they'll be like, what is this? And he'll be like, bug. And he's just trying to convey that it's annoying and he wants it to stop. Which is very cute, to be honest. Yeah, he doesn't like bugs. Which is interesting. But anything that annoys him, he also calls a bug. Okay, so this is the fight that you're predetermined to lose. I don't know if he understands that it's because he gets bugged by them. He just doesn't like bugs, and so he associates that with something that he doesn't like. A smart talking bug.
Over here.
Gets stick bugged. Over here. Yeah, so this is, like I said earlier, the fight that you're destined to lose here. You cannot win this fight. You are outclassed no matter what. And the highest level I ever ground to trying to win was 14. Because it's very hard to grind here. Okie dokie, Ugg. Well, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Too slow. What's got hubby so exhausted today, by the way?
Too slow.
Was today a Taekwondo day? Was supposed to be. Are you getting sick now, hubby?
Too slow.
I am concerned because you just came back from your trip. Hopefully it's not just the exhaustion catching up with you.
Missed. Too slow.
Too slow. Was awake until 2:30 working on my team's monthly meeting material and presentation. Ooh. That's rough. I'm sorry to hear it, hubby. Went to office to host said meeting. Had 3 to 4 escalations, clarifications. So by escalations, clarifications, you mean just things you needed to clarify because they had questions for you? Or is that like more paperwork that you had to send out later? Came home before lunch, but caught up in more customer calls, so missed lunch. Oh no! Ah, that's rough. Hubby's had a very big day. God damn. You haven't reached your limits. You will be stronger. You will have to be. Active calls with other people to make sure everyone knows what they're supposed to do and make decisions at my level to give priority to certain tasks or make people book travel. General manager stuff. Fun. Well, I'm sorry to hear you're so exhausted. Hopefully you're able to enjoy your night. Hopefully the kiddo wasn't wearing you too ragged. Why did I miss a message in the public Discord? Hold on 1 second. Okay, apparently I didn't miss anything. I don't know why it decided to let me know now. The trip with wife into city... Oh, then trip with wife into City Hall to get some signatures witnessed. More bureaucracy. Yeah, I can understand how that would suck. It was a busy day indeed. It certainly sounds like it. Small respite ruined by a telemarketing call. Ooh. Then hauled my ass over to PTA night. Damn. The only thing I can say is hopefully this is the only extremely busy day this week, and then the rest of them you can appreciate that it's not today. You must be running on like next to no sleep. I am very sorry to hear it. Hopefully you're able to rest well. I'm sorry you're having to recount it all for me at this point. Been running on fumes since last week from Poland. Yeah, that's fair. Bobr kurwa. It sounds like hubby could use a night to go soak in a hot springs or something. Treat yourself. It's never serious except when he's fighting. Well, it's not. It's true. Oh man, now I really want to go soak in a hot spring. I don't know if you guys get to do that all that often over in Germany, but over here they're not too far away. They're just outside my driving range. So the fact that I can't do it just drives me mad now. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. I feel like that's song lyrics to a sitcom, but I don't remember which one. Don't tootsie me, my name is Rose. Taking a break from all your worries sure would mean a lot. The sass. Is it not a sitcom song? Is it a coffee song? It kind of feels like it might be for like Forger's Coffee or something. So which one starts Sweetheart? What are you talking about? I told you about Shana many times. Did you? Oh, that's Cheers. Okay. I knew I'd heard it roughly. There we go. Yeah. I'd heard it before. I just couldn't remember where. Because Cheers is an old show now, man. I don't remember when it was actually airing on TV, but it must have been the 80s. Like, at the earliest. At the latest, it must have been the 80s. Why do I have to go with you? You know it from Adventure Time? Really? How did they reference that on Adventure Time? Like, damn. Mini games. Ice King scene made me tear up. Fair enough. I haven't seen Adventure Time in quite a while. Is there anything good we can get here? Spirit Potion, Healing Rain, Total Vanishing. Nothing really good. You didn't go anywhere, right? Just go. Fine. We'll play some silly minigames. Throw the balls and conquer monsters. One ticket will make you a warrior. I have no prizes, but line up and play anyway. Total Vanishing Saucy. I don't actually remember what it is. I think it might be an attack item. There's a lot of things in this town that they... there we go. Oh, no. There's a lot of things in this town that are, like, really expensive items. That you can get later very easily, but early on, they're just kind of a pain. Ow! These little monsters ganged up on me. Like I showed you last time, there was the items that are like 10,000 gold. And we're, you know, like 10 to 12 hours in. Maybe more. And, even with 12 hours of play, I only have like 3,000 gold. So it's just kind of funny that they taunt you with them. They're like, hey, you want this? You can't have it. Although if you are cheating and you cheat in extra gold, you can totally do that as well. That's fun. Who's the man game? You win if you can cleverly guess under which man's hat the very rare pink birdie is hiding. Okay. I think it's the left one again. It's hard to tell with so few pixels, but I think it's the left one. Haha! More tickets? No, I don't need more tickets. Yeah. Yeesh indeed. They had very limited options at this time. I remember on Final Fantasy VII, like the original version, there was this section in the Gold Saucer where people would try and get overpowered items by having a rapid fire controller and using an elastic band to stick the joystick in a certain angle so that it would just overnight continuously beat this one machine for you. And it would just do it for like 12 to 16 hours, and then you'd come back and have the tickets you needed. The fact that they let you grind like that is interesting, but also kind of lame. Here, just leave this on overlight. I remember. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Three places changed. Can you find where they are? Dang. The carpet changed? Okay. Because I know the... Oh, over here changed as well. There's no armor. It's not letting me choose the carpet. Hold on. There we... No. Carpet. Carpet. It's not letting me choose the carpet. So carpet is not the thing. The pillows are the same. The flower pot is the same. I think this wagon wheel might be different. Oh, nope. I messed it up. Oh well. I don't like these kind. Carpet wasn't even covered by the sheets. That's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. You were right. I'm busy now. Leave me alone. Well, I tried. I thought maybe it was an honest answer, and I gave it a shot. I didn't want to dismiss you out of hand. Ooh, save point. Let's save here, just in case. Yeah, because I'm 12 hours and 43 minutes into the gameplay. Not all of that was on stream, by the way, but 4,500 gold total, which means I am less than half the gold needed for those items. Want to dodge things? Sure, let's give it a shot. I can't imagine who would put in 25 hours of gameplay on disc 1 just to try and get a single item. Reach the goal before the top left count hits 400. There will be something good waiting for you if you reach the goal quickly. Move with direction key, duck with X. Okay. Whoa. Oh no, I got hit. I'm pathetic. The drunk is the one that set me up for that. How rude. Didn't you hurt yourself? I'm fine. I've got my armor. What's here? I raised these pigs running here with all my heart. So I think I told you I have to go for an MRI today, and I have to take some sort of medication for it beforehand called lorazepam. Yeah. Well, it's extra annoying for me because, like, with the coughing, I can't stay still long enough for them to get clear pictures. And because I have to lay flat in the machine, I can't breathe. Like, I can't stay still. The coughing fits get way worse. So I have to take this medication that is supposed to either make me cough less or knock me unconscious or something like that. And if it doesn't work, then I have to go under medical sedation to get the MRI done at a different date. But we're trying this one first. It's not going to be super fun. I wish NyQuil would work. Unfortunately, it doesn't knock me out that easily. Very weirdly, they put me on an antidepressant recently, which is supposed to help me sleep as a secondary effect. Which is weird because I don't need antidepressants in general. I don't know how I feel about using that as an off-brand way, is what they called it. Like, I don't really want to be on something like that just to help me sleep. I think I'm going to stop taking that one. If brute force doesn't work, you're not using enough. Yes, that is the mechanic's creed as well. Although I remember one time I was working as a security guard, and we had these like automatic doors in the loading bay that I tried to close one day because one had been opened and I didn't know how to get it to shut. So I was trying to brute force it at that point, not understanding. Turns out there was just something blocking the sensor that stopped it from being able to close. Felt like a bit of an idiot when somebody pointed that out to me. You should pay attention to the present. I'll accept a couple drinks for this advice. When the war ends, let's have a drink and bail. Happens more often than you think. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Every time I see something about that, though, something about time being present, Nat got an evil stare for trying to open the door of a moving train. Open the door of a moving train? What? Why? Yeah, I'm actually going to leave her in there. How and why? In my defense, I was trying to open the door of the wagon? I don't know. What part are you referring to that is a wagon? Because to me, a wagon is... Yeah, why would there be a cart on a train? Oh, so like between two separate sections of a car that are linked together for the train? Okay, okay. Is that something you can usually travel between over there? Okay, because yeah, over here we have like individual train cars that you don't usually travel between. You're just in the one that you're in. So trying to open it does sound like a bad idea here as well. Hey, Knight Sir, you got a little thing in your back. He's got a couple little things in his back. The king in Hellena. King Albert, I'm coming now. Let me go. I gotta go get King Albert. We gotta go. Pooh. Liver shot sounds incredibly painful. I saw the breakdown of it in, I think it was Hajime no Ippo, the boxing manga, and damn, that looks painful. When knights lose self-control, their lord cannot be saved. Only you can save King Albert now. Dempsey roll! Oh, man. Now you've got me thinking of Hajime no Ippo again, and I can't stop thinking about that one section where he's training for a fight, so he's burying logs into a hillside by punching them with his bare knuckles. Whoa. Even thinking about that just makes my skin crawl. Like, ugh. Just because I defeated a dragon, why was I all whooped up? Whoop whoop. There is no time for procrastination. There is no choice. We must venture forth to Hellena. We're taking the king back, aren't we? We still have time. Smashing open walnuts? I imagine that also is not particularly fun, especially if you're doing it with your knuckles. Those little tiny beads of circles are probably very uncomfortable to hit. Of course, I don't know how often you use your knuckles in Taekwondo, but that's how I'm imagining you hitting them, and that seems very, very painful and uncomfortable. Knuckle, palm, elbow, gotcha. Sorry, I gotta mute for just a sec. I gotta blow my nose real quick. Where is my thingy? Here we go. Whew, better. Okay, there we go. I don't know how you can break things with your elbow. That feels very uncomfortable, especially if you miss. Hitting your funny bone by accident is the least of the funnies. Mild discomfort, severe bruising and cuts. Yeah. I've gone too far. I might as well just go too. You've been here for like 4 seconds. Don't mind me. I've already been looking for 20 years. Going with you for a little while won't make any difference. Yeah, that's fair. Heal stronger for the next round. I've heard that a lot of the conditioning for martial artists involves creating microfractures in the bones so that they heal stronger and get thicker. I've also seen, I don't know if this is a real martial art or not, by the way, but I watched, or I read, I should say, History's Strongest Disciple Kenichi. And one of the martial arts in there was like using centripetal force to force blood into your fingertips for steel hand style or something like that. Fake news! Yeah, I figured. The Chinese have all sorts of weird martial arts. You never know which ones are made up and which ones are true. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I thought it was a pretty fun manga. Who knows, man? They could be real, they could be fake. I don't know. I do find it hilarious that they're just borrowing the doctor's room again, and he's like, I'm not part of this conversation. Why am I here? You can never know. Real in some fool's mind. It's real to me, okay? That's because you're the fool, okay? I pity the fool. Thank you for the Mr. T reference. Excellent job. Let's see. I guess this is... How do I get there? Oh, yeah, Hellena is the prison. That's right. Okay. I think we're going to stop just before I go into Hellena. Because I got to rest up a little bit before I go take the MRI this afternoon. So maybe just like 5 more minutes. But I appreciate everyone for being here, as always. It's so nice to have you. Oh, I was so close to getting that one. There we go. But yes, as always, it's so nice to have you. I'm very happy you come hang out with me when you can, even when you're tired. Actually, especially since I know you're so tired, hubby. Thank you for coming to hang out. It's nice having you back. You may not think it, but you are missed. This is Hellena Prison, right? Yeah, okay, no entry. Okay, so I guess that's about it. Thank you for being here. It's interesting to know we have similar taste in manga series too. I like that. That was cool. Alright, so saving here. And with that... You'll never understand our love, Nat. You'll never understand our love. Alright. So thank you again for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Tomorrow is Nat streaming Eclair 33. And then Friday I will be streaming... I'll mention this again on Friday, but I will try and stream on Saturday to make up for hubby and Nat not being online. Because they will be hosting dinner guests, and then they'll take my Sunday spot for this week. Just so there's an idea of what's going on with things. Anyway, thank you again. I appreciate you, and I will catch you next time.